Hello, Icelandic students. Long time no see. I know you've all been patiently waiting for the next video. But here's the deal. I had this vision for the video. And let's just say it got a bit out of hand. And turned into this long movie. I'm serious, guys. So I thought, why not just turn it into a short series with 4 episodes? Genius, right? This is going to be the first part on the wonders of Icelandic springs, and then part 2 on the wonders of Icelandic summers, and then autumns, and the last episode is gonna be on Icelandic winters. I will do my very best and upload each episode as we move into each season. I will post other lessons in between episodes. I thought this would be a fun little thing to do as we are getting ready to move into the springtime. I'm so pleased to see the growth of our little Icelandic adventures community. And yeah, so happy to see all of your comments of how great the channel is doing. I'm slowly working towards uploading more frequently, so please bear with me, guys. Here's a little secret. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and with that, I put a lot of effort into each lesson. I just don't want to bombard you with tons of content, and would rather focus on delivering high quality stuff that will really benefit all of you. Trust me, it's worth the wait. Hang tight as I put in the elbow grease to whip up some top-notch content for you all. Okay? Iceland, in a nutshell, out to be famous for its weather, which is defined by steep variations and sudden shifts. We experience frequent storms, strong winds, and rapid shifts in temperature. Additionally, Iceland's unique geographical location near the Arctic Circle contributes to its long winter nights and short summer days. The weather in Iceland may be rather unpredictable. I have no doubt that you have all experienced it firsthand if you have been here, visited, or even lived here. One moment it could be sunny and clear, and the next moment a sudden rainstorm could soak you to the bone. It's not uncommon to experience all 4 seasons in a single day, let me tell you. The wind can also be quite strong, making it feel colder than it actually is. It's always wise to carry layers and be prepared for any weather conditions when exploring this beautiful country. Are you guys surviving this icy winter, whether you're a local or just passing through currently? You doing okay? How are you handling the freezing cold and plenty of snowfall? Are you embracing the cold with winter sports like ice skating or skiing? Or are you finding ways to be warm and comfortable indoors? I hope everyone is staying safe and taking in the special beauty that winter has to offer. Well, I'll tell you that I'm barely surviving. I'm not made for living in Iceland. That I can tell you. The icy winter here is definitely a challenge for me. But I'm managing to stay warm and cozy indoors. So it's always gluggaveður for me, or window weather, which essentially means cuddle weather. Hee. I've been enjoying some hot cocoa by the fireplace and catching up on my favorite books and movies. While I do appreciate the beauty of winter, I'll admit that I'm not much of a winter sports enthusiast. I'm just always too cold for that. Now, this is a damn good representation of how I am all the time during the winter months in Iceland. I'm always looking for the summer. I'm like, where is the summer? Isn't it coming already? Or what? I really should consider moving to Spain or Florida, where it's always sunny and nice. So, before we dive into the Icelandic lesson, don't forget to show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel below. If you find the content on this channel entertaining and would like to help me create more awesome video lessons, any support you can provide would be highly valued. If you're feeling generous, you may show your support by donating to my Buy Me a Coffee page. There, every donation supports my ongoing efforts to share the wonders of Iceland and Icelandic. All you gotta do is scan the QR code on the screen and hit the link that pops up. Voila! Like the French say. I'll have the link in the description for those of you who are watching on your desktops. Thanks for being a part of this adventure with me. Now, I've mentioned this before, so it shouldn't surprise you. Icelanders are kick-ass leaders who like staying ahead of the curve. And this is no different when it comes to creating their own distinctive calendar that was unlike any other. This was before Iceland adopted the Roman calendar, of course. The calendar was likely created to establish a standard time once the social rules were set up with the founding of Alþingi, the parliament, in the early days of the 10th century. Overall, the year was divided into 2 seasons of almost equal length: winter and summer. The winter term usually kicked off on a Saturday, with the summer term starting on a Thursday. Prior to the 1700s, the date ranged from April 9 to the 15th. But post the 1700s, it changed to April 19th to the 25th. Traditionally, the beginning of summer had been considered the start of the year, even though it's not officially declared. In the past, people would determine their age according to the winter season, a tradition that is still used with domestic animals. The day was joyfully celebrated. For over 4 centuries, a tradition of exchanging summer presents began before the practice of exchanging presents at Christmas. Next, a festive dinner gathering took place, resembling a Christmas celebration. The first day of summer was a delightful break from work, and children roamed freely from town to town to enjoy playtime with their neighbors. For many years, the first day of summer was marked with Holy Mass and Bible studies. It was unknown anywhere else, and when the Danish church inspectors discovered it in the middle of the 18th century, they prohibited services on this day. If you don't know, we were colonized by Denmark. This day was also known as Young Maiden's Day, dedicated to young girls. Boys could then subtly indicate their romantic interests. This event was similar to Farmer's Day and Women's Day. The first day of summer, or Sumardagurinn fyrsti in Icelandic, is still a public holiday today. And I feel like if the weather lives up to the name of the day, most people will begin their day by visiting one of our geothermal swimming pools. Most parents have kept the custom of giving their children a memorable summer present. When I was growing up, I was generally given a summer toy that I could play with outdoors. Hey, what a fantastic way to get the kids out the door while the grown-ups make some delicious on the barbecue. Because let's be honest, any Icelander will use any occasion to barbecue outdoors. In the 1900s, youth groups made the first day of summer their main holiday, and in 1921 it was chosen as an honor day for children in Reykjavik, the capital, and later became known as Barnadagurinn, or the Children's Day. So, to continue with the ancient times, let's jump to our ancient months that we came up with. I previously mentioned that the year might have begun in the summer, but I think it's actually simpler to start in what we now know as January, okay? Thorri was from January 19th to the 26th. Thorri. Goa was from February the 18th to the 25th. Goa. From March the 20th to the 26th was called Einmánuður. Einmánuður. From April the 19th to the 25th was called Harpa. Harpa. From May the 19th to the 25th was called Skerpla. Skerpla. And from June the 19th to the 25th was called Sólmánuður. Sólmánuður. So let's hear these months one more time. Thorri, Thorri, Goa, Goa, Einmánuður, Einmánuður, Harpa, Harpa, Skerpla, Skerpla, Sólmánuður, Sólmánuður. Now to the other half of the year. From July the 23rd to the 30th was called Hey Annir. Hey Annir. From August the 22nd to the 29th was called Tvímánuður. Tvímánuður. From September the 20th to the 26th was called Haustmánuður. Haustmánuður. And from October the 21st to the 28th was called Gormánuður. Gormánuður. And from November the 20th to the 27th was called Yilir. Yilir. And the last month, from December the 20th to the 27th, was called Mörsugur. Mörsugur. So let's hear the months one more time. Hey Annir. hei annir. 2 mánuður, 2 mánuður. Haustmánuður, haustmánuður. Gormánuður, gormánuður. Jælir, jælir. Mörsugur, mörsugur. Students, you may be curious why the first 2 months stood out from the rest. So, it's a little story time. In the ancient Norse month of Thorri, which Icelanders celebrate with a midwinter feast called Thorrablot, the unique and intriguing food enjoyed at Thorrablot parties is known as Thorramatur, literally Thor's food, strange Icelandic food, and features a variety of preserved fare, some tasty and others, well, not so much. The origin of the word Thorri is uncertain, but it may be linked to Thor, or Thor, the Norse god. According to medieval stories, Thorri is depicted as a simple winter, a strong and formidable figure, possibly a ruler or leader, with a tough and unforgiving demeanor. Medieval sources also mention Thorrablot, where the term blot signifies a sacrificial and communal celebration. Special celebrations have been documented at the start of Thorri, dating back to the 18th century, but the exact details remain unknown. Thorri is marked by a special celebration of Farmer's Day, known as Bóndadagurinn, which falls on the first day of the month. We are aware that communal celebrations of poetry, hearty food and drink, known as Thorrablot, gained popularity in the late 19th century, during a time of increased romantic national sentiment that sparked curiosity in aspects considered ancient and unique to Icelandic culture. In Reykjavik, during the early 20th century, there was a rebirth of a variety of the Thorrablot as the city's population began to yearn for the cultural traditions of the countryside where they had been raised, including its traditional food culture. Outside of Iceland, the Midwinter Feast has gained popularity for its unique selection of foods, including smoked, salted, dried, pickled, and fermented meats. Stories of Icelandic crowds enjoying fermented shark, ram's testicles, and sheep's heads spark disbelief and a great deal of curiosity. But I can tell you, it's all true. Now, Icelandic students, to the actual dish menu on Thorrablot, because I know you're all wondering what it is like, right? But don't be surprised. I'm warning you. First up on the menu is fermented Greenland shark called hákarl, which apparently used to be my favorite in kindergarten. And next we have a ram's testicles called hrútspungur. Next to that, we have signed sheep's head called svith. And out of svith, we can actually make a jam or pressed gelatinous loaf called sviðasulta. And next up is whale blubber called hvalsringi. Then bollar pudding called blóðmör. And liver sausage called livrapilsa. And of course something to drink with the food. So we have brennivin, Icelandic schnapps in the olden days. I told y'all, we are some strange peoples. I forgot to tell y'all that on the top of the menu on the screen, á borðstólum actually means on the menu. Okay? So, what about us gals? Didn't we get a special day like the farmers did back in the day? And still do? Yes, we do as well. And it's called Konudagurinn and marks the start of the next month of the old winter calendar. Góa is the wife of King Þorri and has been a prominent figure in Nordic culture for centuries. Góa possesses her own poetic qualities. Various poets have depicted her with a range of characteristics: impeccably dressed and towering height, managing the farm's provisions, as old as the Icelandic settlement, and sometimes believed to trigger volcanic eruptions. The Góublót or Góugleði is a late winter festival that honors Góa and is still celebrated in some parts of Iceland to the day. These celebrations are similar to Thorrablot, where similar food and traditions are welcomed in the last month of winter. Góa received a greeting from the man of the house on Konudagurinn, while the lady of the house greeted Þorri on Bóndadagurinn, calling all husbands just a friendly reminder that it's so important to devote attention to your spouse on the first day of Góa. It's always nice to surprise your loved ones with flowers when you return home from work or your daily activities. Whatever you do, just bring some bouquet of flowers that will make your spouse happy. Okay, Icelandic students, we're now going to be saying goodbye to the olden times and on to a more modern way of things in Iceland and be learning some vocabulary. Are you ready? You'll see that both singular and plural forms are side by side, with the simplest form of article at the end of the word, for those of you who are more advanced. Then I've also color-coded the article ending, which will tell you the gender of the word. Blue ending is going to be masculine, and the orange one is going to be neutral. So none of our Icelandic seasonal words are feminine. The only exception is the word season or seasons, that is going to be feminine. But all the other words are either masculine or neutral. Okay, so the pronunciation. Let's start with a singular form. Season is árstíð. Árstíð. So we will start with spring, then summer, and then autumn and winter. So it's depending on what you're talking about or writing. It's either going to be spring, summer, autumn, or winter, or the spring, the summer, the autumn, or the winter. So, vorið, vorið, sumarið, sumarið, haustið, haustið, veturinn, veturinn. So for the plural form, it's actually going to be the same concept. Seasons, springs, summers, autumns, winters. Árstíðirnar, árstíðirnar. Vorinn, vorinn. Sumurinn, sumurinn. Haustinn, haustinn. Veturnir, veturnir. So I actually realized something funny while I was working on this, and maybe you noticed it too. You see, it seems like we do actually have the same form of the article ending, depending on the gender. You see, at the top where it says árstíðin, singular, which is going to be feminine, and then going to the plural in sumurinn and haustinn, which are both neutral, and then the last word with the same article ending, going back to the singular, is going to be for veturinn. You see, the same ending, but now with two ends at the end. And this is because it's masculine. I don't know if this is clear to y'all, or maybe I'm just confusing you all more. Maybe this might help you memorize things? Please let me know. If not, I can make it clearer somehow. Or I'll try to at least. Get ready to embrace the spring months with a fresh and modern look. The last day of winter is around March 20th, but it is often the case that the Icelandic winter just can't take a hint and wants to stick around a bit longer. It's almost like it's saying, "Hey, spring, hold my snowflake." But hey, at least we can all bond over our collective eye rolls at this unexpected snowfall. Okay, folks, shall we jump to the pronunciation? Mars, Mars. April, April. May, May. So I would just like to let you guys know that all of the months are written with a lowercase in Icelandic, and they are all masculine as well. So there's no need to be confused what ones are feminine or neutral or masculine. They're just all masculine. Alright? We, Icelanders, love to joke about how the weather in Iceland becomes a total wild card during the spring, unlike any other season. Prepare for a roller coaster ride of weather if you visit. You can literally get a taste of every season in a day. With that being said, the weather in Iceland during spring is as unpredictable as Superman in a phone booth. So you better brace yourself for some wild weather surprises, like temperature shifts that will leave you scratching your head, and rain that seems to defy gravity with sideways rain. Let me tell you, it's not fun to get the rain in your face. And just forget about the umbrella. It doesn't work in Iceland. It's too windy. As you venture north and move up mountains, you'll definitely feel the refreshing spring's chill as well. So just be prepared. With the weather slowly getting warmer, it might also just give you a tiny chance to get a tan, if you're lucky. How nice. And with the wind being less of a bother to you, you might not even realize that you're turning into a human tomato. Kidding. Just don't forget to bring some sunscreen to protect that delicate skin of yours from those pesky UV rays. Especially if you plan on hanging outdoors for a while, in which I assume, even though it's freezing in Iceland during the spring, the sun can actually be quite strong, believe it or not. Now, let's dive into the topic of our famous springtime temperatures. I know you've all been waiting for this. Well, let me tell you, the weather in Reykjavik is quite the roller coaster ride. You can expect temperatures ranging from a chilly minus 2.2 degrees to a cozy 8 degrees Celsius. It's like Mother Nature can't make up her mind. And for each month, you should prepare yourself for some chilly temperatures in March, ranging from minus 2.2 degrees to 2.3 degrees Celsius. It's going to be frosty. And it's also a little chilly in April, ranging from a brisk 3 degrees Celsius to a cool 6.8 degrees. So don't forget to pack your warmest layers. And yeah, it's no wonder that it's also chilly in May. And the temperature usually range from 5 degrees Celsius to a total 8 degrees Celsius. So it's always best to dress in layers to stay comfortable throughout the day, bringing a waterproof jacket or an outer layer. The key is to be adaptable and ready for anything to tackle the best Icelandic adventures, hopefully with me. Did you know that Iceland is located way up north? This means we get super long summer days that can go on for a whopping 24 hours. Talk about never-ending sunshine. When you visit Iceland in the spring, you'll witness the mind-blowing spectacle of days slowly stretching out. Trust me, it's a big deal for us Icelanders, and we just can't contain our excitement. March to May see quite the daylight shift, with about an 8-hour difference, and each day the sun will be stretched out a whole 5 minutes longer than the previous day. It's like a never-ending game of who can stay up the latest. So make sure to adjust your clocks accordingly and enjoy those extra precious moments of daylight. The plover is like the rock star of spring for Icelanders. It's so famous that it even makes headlines when it shows up during the season, as it is the ultimate sign of spring. We've caught a glimpse of her as early as March 20th, but surprisingly, most of them decide to make their appearance between April 1st and April the 20th. She managed to make quite the entrance this year on March 22nd. In the land of fire and ice, where the winds roar and the skies weep, one must embrace the art of layering, like a warrior preparing for battle, no matter the season. Be ready to face the elements with courage and style, of course. When you're in Iceland, dressing in layers is key, no matter the season. So you can easily just adjust your clothing layers as the day goes on to stay comfortable. And don't forget, splurging on top-notch items will ensure you stay cozy and protected from all the elements that may be in your way. I've managed to narrow it down for you, so here are the essential outfits to stay in style on your epic Icelandic adventure. And let's learn some vocabulary while we're at it, shall we? So, starting with the outwear. First up, medium thick jacket, in Icelandic, millithykkur jakki. You choose whether it is fleece lined, if you're like me, always freezing, but make sure it is wind and waterproof. Millithykkur jakki. Next up, we have hiking or rain pants, in Icelandic, göngubuxur, preferably with zip-off legs for versatility. Göngubuxur. Next, buff beanie and gloves, Icelandic, both húfa vettlingar. It's not necessary to bring both a buff and a beanie. A beanie will do, but if you're heading out on a bike adventure, remember to bring a buff. And remember to bring those gloves, guys. Both húfa vettlingar. Alright, merino wool socks and sturdy waterproof hanging boots. In Icelandic, ullasokkar og gönguskór. With good traction are a must to navigate the diverse terrain of Iceland. And merino wool socks to keep your little toes warm. Ullasokkar sokkar, gönguskór. The last item for the outwear is just gonna be regular sneakers or trainers. In Icelandic, strigaskór. Just for the more ordinary occasions, strigaskór. Jumping to the inner layers, we have first up long sleeve shirt or a base layer. In Icelandic, síðermabolur for staying dry and comfortable during physical activities. Síðermabolur. Over síðermabolur, we have sweater. In Icelandic, peysa. And then over that, you may want to consider packing a lightweight fleece or insulated jacket. In Icelandic, fleece-peysa for added warmth in colder weather. Fleece-peysa. So, I assume your legs don't want to be freezing in the cold, do they? Nah. So, it's best to mix your lower body with the same upper body style. So you'd be styling. So, we have pants and or leggings. In Icelandic, buxur og eða leggings. Maybe bring some jeans, gallabuxur, for some casual occasions. Buxur, leggings, gallabuxur. So, if you plan on going out to dinners, it might be a good idea to bring something a little more fancy. In Icelandic, fínni föt til að fara út að borða. Fínni föt til að fara út að borða. Then, lastly, if you're like me, always freezing, then just remember to bring your PJs. In Icelandic, náttföt. Náttföt. I should probably point out that when you're heading out for a quick stroll in the city, you can totally skip the heavy outwear. A cute jacket and a cozy beanie are all you need to stay stylish and comfortable. The full outwear is absolutely perfect for those adventurous day trips. Alright folks, spring pursuits? Let me tell you something. I often come across people wondering, what on earth is there to do in Iceland? And to avoid any potential offense, it is worth noting that they sincerely consider Iceland to be an absolutely out of this world kind of country, like if they're going to Mars or something. But listen up, because I've got some news for you. You can do just about anything here that you can do everywhere else in the world. Well, perhaps with the exception of heading to the beach and getting a full-on tan. So, I'm here to give you the inside scoop on all the popular activities you can do throughout the spring and the summertime. So, get ready to plan your visit like a seasoned explorer. So I've actually partnered up with GetYourGuide, and that's what the QR code is in the corner. Prepare for a trip filled with laughter and unforgettable experiences, as they offer a wide range of tours and activities. No matter what tickets you fancy, be it taking in the sights, getting your adrenaline pumping, or immersing yourself in local culture, they've got you covered. Simply scan the QR code and get ready to embark on your next thrilling adventure. And for all the Icelandic spring activities, I've included a QR code for most of them, so you'll definitely have plenty of things to do when you come visit. Now, what are you waiting for? You better go and take a look. Exploring waterfalls in Iceland is probably the first touristy attraction people do when they come visit. So we're gonna follow them and start with waterfalls as well. Iceland's mountainous landscape, combined with its northern latitude and frequent rain, contributes to a plethora of waterfalls and flowing waters across the country. And respectively, Iceland is home to over 10,000 waterfalls. Can you believe it? Perhaps Iceland should be known as the land of waterfalls rather than its icy and fiery reputation. Something to consider, maybe. Chasing waterfalls is one of Iceland's most enjoyable activities. Spring is the ideal time to take in nature's breathtaking display of power. Some waterfalls are massive and epic, while others are calm and quiet, cascading into adorable little blue pools or gently flowing over mossy or lava rocks. Morsárfoss, located in the Vatnajökull National Park, is Iceland's highest waterfall and formed as the glacier Morsárjökull melted. Its height ranges between 227 and 240 meters. In Icelandic, all waterfalls are named with the word foss at the end of the word, which means waterfall. And with 10,000 waterfalls, I'm here to add some convenience to your life. Prepare to explore some of Iceland's most breathtaking waterfalls. So you get to choose the best locations for your incredible Iceland adventure. Many tourists begin their Icelandic journey by taking a scenic road trip along the famous Golden Circle route to see Iceland's breathtaking natural beauty. And Dettifoss is undoubtedly one of the first waterfalls that they come across. This stunning waterfall falls into the Hvita River Canyon, and in the summer, the sunlight gives Dettifoss's flowing waters a golden color, which is how Dettifoss got its name. This translates to golden waterfall in Icelandic. To get there, it is a 1 hour and 50-minute drive, or 116 kilometers from Reykjavik, the capital. The first of two Icelandic south coast waterfalls you come across along Iceland's ring road, Route 1, is Seljalandsfoss. It is quite the charmer among the well-known waterfalls in Iceland. People just can't stop gushing about this incredible waterfall. Go ahead and follow the path that's cleverly concealed behind the gently flowing stream, which will give you a thrilling chance to walk behind it and catch some great pictures. Don't forget the raincoat and a plastic bag to shield your camera from the spray. You're definitely gonna be in for a treat with Seljalandsfoss. It's bound to be a stand-up moment on your Icelandic adventure. It is only approximately 1 hour and 50 minutes or 128 kilometers away from Reykjavik. Alright folks, next up on Route 1 we have Skógafoss. This will be your second pit stop if you decide to visit Seljalandsfoss. Skógafoss is absolutely mind-blowing with its astonishing 60-meter drop and impressive 25-meter width. In regards to magnitude, I must assure you that this waterfall is nothing to joke about. You'll often see double rainbows at Skógafoss above the falls. It's a sight that never fails to bring a smile to your face. Guess what? These cliffs used to be Iceland's old coastline. Well, thanks to some glacial shenanigans, it has decided to move itself about 5 kilometers further away. Calling all adventurers, you won't want to miss this chance to uncover the hidden treasure chests near the magnificent Skógafoss. According to local legends and folklore, there's a hidden treasure tucked away behind the falls. Watch your step when on the viewing platform. As you make your way along the ring road, get ready to be amazed by Iceland's one-of-a-kind black waterfall, Dettifoss. The area is adorned with breathtaking basal rock columns. The black volcanic rock formations, with their unique hexagonal columns, offer a breathtaking backdrop for some truly memorable photos. They seem to defy gravity as they cling to the sheer cliff face, adding a touch of incredible beauty to the scene. Icelandic architecture has been greatly influenced by the one-of-a-kind attractions like Dettifoss and the remarkable rock formation at Reynisfjara Beach. Guðjón Samúelsson, the brilliant Icelandic architect, effectively integrated the volcanic formations into the exterior of Reykjavik's Hallgrímskirkja, a truly iconic church in Iceland, downtown Reykjavik. Dettifoss is about 4 hours and 8 minutes or 326 kilometers away from Reykjavik. Buckle up, guys, for our next destination, the legendary Kirkjufellsfoss, which has become quite the sensation in the film industry. This spot is a must-visit for capturing breathtaking pictures in Iceland. That's because it's so widely loved in Game of Thrones. Kirkjufell's is perfectly framed by the astounding Kirkjufell mountain. I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but it seems like this is the spot where the Hound and Jon Snow crossed this mountain on their way north to face off against the White Walkers. Quite the adventure, I must say. Situated on the stunning Snæfellsnes Peninsula, Kirkjufell's is just a leisurely 2.5-hour drive, or 180 kilometers away from Reykjavik. While you're there, make sure not to miss out on the opportunity to discover the breathtaking and isolated Snæfellsnes National Park. Are you guys ready to witness the sheer force of Europe's mightiest waterfall? And our last one, Dettifoss, has earned the enduring nickname of the Beast among the locals in Iceland. The water flow is no joke, clocking in at almost 200 cubic meters per second. It's like a force of nature that you wouldn't want to mess with. Dettifoss, the largest waterfall in Iceland in terms of volume, never fails to leave a lasting impression with its steady, low rumble. And that is why I just had to include it. It's quite a trek from Reykjavik though, spanning a whopping 536 kilometers. So brace yourself for a journey that will take approximately 7 hours and 36 minutes to conquer. It's quite amusing that the waterfall happens to be closer to our second most populated city up north, Akureyri. So, don't forget to add Dettifoss to your itinerary if you happen to be in that area. Okay, that's gonna be all for our waterfalls. Whales have been quite a character in Iceland's history ever since the country was first settled in the late 9th century. With the abundance of summer daylight and the unpredictable sea currents, Iceland has become a playground for a variety of whale species. From the mighty sperm whale to the adorable harper porpoise. These majestic creatures are drawn to the country's waters. Witnessing these incredible creatures of the sea is an absolute blast, making for a fun day in Iceland, whether you're in Reykjavik or out adventuring in the countryside. During your whale watching adventure, you'll have a great chance of spotting minke whales, as they tend to be our most frequent visitors. But we've also got some interesting residents here, including harper porpoises, blue whales, humpback whales, and even orcas, or killer whales as they are called, like our famous Keiko. Guess what, people? Yet another water activity. Plunge into the pristine waters of Iceland and effortlessly float between two continents. Get ready for an unforgettable adventure as you dive into the famous Silfra Fissure for some epic snorkeling. Once you take the plunge beneath the surface, the ever-changing Icelandic weather becomes a distant memory. All you need is a top-notch dry suit and an amazing guide, and you'll be blown away by the breathtaking underwater views of the Icelandic Silfra Fissure. hey, why not bring me along for the ride? And yeah, why not? We're just doing everything in the water in the spring. Let me tell you about these amazing natural hot springs all over the country. Iceland's landscape is a lovely blend of contrasts. This island is situated on one of Earth's hotspots, resulting in a wide range of geothermal activity. In addition, due to its close proximity to the Arctic, the country is home to a plethora of glaciers. It's no wonder this place is often called the land of ice and fire. Thanks to the ever-shifting geoplates, Icelanders are always stumbling upon these unexpected hot springs that seem to appear out of thin air. It's absolutely mind-boggling. There's never a wrong time to kick back and enjoy a soothing soak in one of our hot springs, no matter what time of year it is. There's just something about it that's just so special. I've visited the Blue Lagoon near the airport more times than I can count, but I'm yet to experience the wonders of Sky Lagoon. Go ahead and leave a comment below and let me know about your experience. Is it worth it? Well, Icelandic students, it looks like we're reaching the end of the first episode. Thanks for coming along on this adventure through Icelandic spring with me. If you've had a good time watching the video, make sure to show it some love by giving it a thumbs up and spreading the joy with your friends and everyone. Want to support the channel and help me create more amazing videos? Why not show your support by donating to my Buy Me a Coffee page? I greatly appreciate your support. And I will also have a direct link in the description if you would like to book any of the spring pursuits with Get Your Guide. And don't forget, the breathtaking wonders of Iceland are just waiting for you to explore. So why wait? Start planning your own unforgettable adventure today. Until next time, keep your sense of curiosity alive, embrace your adventurous spirit, and continue to explore the incredible wonders that the world has to offer. Remember, practice makes perfect. Bye bye!